Hello everyone! Welcome back to our cross stitch channel, Stitching a Little. In today's video, we wanted to show you some of the PDFs that we have of cross stitch. These specifically are from the Etsy store, so all the ones that we've bought on Etsy. But if you'd like to see a part 2 of this video, we do have a lot more PDF patterns that we can share with you guys that we've bought in other stores. So feel free to let us know and we can make a part 2 of the PDFs that we have. Okay, so we're going to start off with a design from the Anna X Stitch store over on Etsy. And this one is the pug. My mom actually finished this one. You're going to be seeing pictures here on the screen. She finished this one last year and she enjoyed very much stitching this design. It doesn't have any backstitch. So for it being a design that doesn't have backstitch, the definition of the design is very good. You can tell that it does look very well. You're going to be seeing measurements and sizes of each of the patterns and the designs here on the screen. So next we have two acquisitions from the store Stitch Area. And these we bought on April 5th of 2021. Now the first one is the classic phrase from Mary Poppins, which is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
And it's like a monochromatic design because it's in one color, and this one is specifically in black. But you can substitute this color for whichever one you like. This one says that it is sized for a 14 count Aida fabric. But once again, I suppose that you can switch that fabric to the one that you like best. It does measure 10.5 by 11.3 inches. And it does have a total of 147 by 158 stitches. Then we have from that same store it's like a mini sampler for the series Friends. If you haven't seen that series, it's one of the classics. It's a very good series. And so you see that you have basic phrases from the series. You have the Central Perk logo, which is the coffee shop that they go to basically every episode to drink coffee. They have the turkey with the glasses it's an icon for the Thanksgiving episodes. So it's a very good sampler that I want to pick this one up when I'm done with a few of my projects. I might start this sampler. Okay, so next is one of Winnie the Pooh, and this is a very tiny PDF. I actually started this one. I'm going to show you very quickly. I've only stitched a few stitches. Okay, so as you can see, we have the one of Winnie the Pooh in this Ziploc bag because we do store them in these bags. The projects that we're not stitching, currently don't have in progress, we store them like that. So as you can see, since I did start it, you're going to see how much I've been able to stitch right now. But this would be the color palette, and if you notice, there are a lot of pastel colors. That's something that we really like about the design itself. These are the few stitches that I've done. I did start stitching it in a 14 count Aida, and I think that's only one color. As you can see, it's very few stitches what I was able to do. And this would be the fabric already prepared, as you can see. So it's basically like this size, and we love these designs of Winnie the Pooh. It's very nostalgic for us. It's a cartoon that we watched a lot when I was growing up, and it brings a lot of nostalgia, these type of designs. So once again, you're going to be seeing the measurements for the design here on the screen, and you're also going to be seeing the pictures of the design itself. So next is a very tiny design. This one, it's like a mini project, and it's from Marussia Stitch Studio, again over on Etsy. This one is of two ducklings. So you can see it's basically the mom duck and the duckling, which will be the baby. And the design, once again, it's very tiny, but it's so cute. Their protagonists or the main colors here are those yellows for the ducks and the green for what would be the grass. It's so cute. Now is from the same store of the first one that I showed you, which was the pug, the one that my mom finished. I bought, we bought this one, which was the German Shepherd one. And that's the one that I was stitching. I finished that one also. We honestly enjoyed stitching these projects. Once again, they don't have any back stitch, but we really enjoyed stitching them. Okay, you're going to be seeing pictures here on the screen. So then we have Lola Shop. And this one is basically like a violin. So this one is basically in a watercolor design. You can see that the main instrument is the violin in the center, and you have those musical notes. It's very beautiful. So then we have the two piglets, and we love this design also. This one is basically like a pig couple, and they're in this winter type of theme because it's snowing, and they're next to this lantern holding hands. It's so cute. It's a design that my mom picked out and that she really liked as soon as she saw this one. This might be one of the designs that we pick up this year to start, since it is a very tiny design. You can have these type of tiny projects for stitching while you're stitching your more bigger projects, like any Heaven and Earth or any full coverage project. That way you don't feel that you're stitching the same thing, or you'll see that you'll be able to finish those little ones once you're stitching the more bigger project. So these that we're going to be showing you are from the store Light Unicorn Designs, and this time around we bought 3. So we made a transaction of 3 PDFs. So the first one would be the birdhouse, and this one, once again, all these 3 that I'm going to be showing you are in that watercolor style theme. This one has the birdhouse in a light purple color. It has a heart in the center, which would be where you enter the birdhouse, where the birds will enter. There's like fall leaves around the house in those orange colors, like the autumn leaves falling. And you have the 2 birds on top of the birdhouse. It's a very cute design if you're into that theme. And then would be this one of the 2 Bambis. So they are 2 deers, and once again you can really tell the watercolor theme in this one. It's so cute, and it does have a lot of autumnal, a lot of fall themed colors also, those oranges and browns. And then last but certainly not least is the piglet. This one is a ballerina piglet, but it reminds me of the hippopotamus that my mom made. It's 2 hippos. It's the baby hippo and the mom hippo. She finished that one last year, and it's so cute. She stitched it in a 14 count Aida, I think, but the background is sparkly. It has that glitter, and it adds a lot of detail. You'll be seeing pictures here on the screen of that design. We love how it turned out. But this one, the piglet, again, it's in that ballerina theme. She's all cutesy with her ballerina tutu, and it has a lot of pinks, and you can see that it has the flowers next to it. It's a very cute design. Once again, you're going to be seeing pictures here on the screen, or measurements, I should say, of the specific measurements for each of the projects. Okay, so next from Madison Patterns, we got this one, which is one of my favorites that I might start this year, and it's 2 horses. It's like a couple, and you can see that they are in this portrait mode. It forms kind of like a heart, the way that they're facing each other, and the background, you can see that it's or a moon or a blue landscape. We think that the design of this one is very unique and it's very beautiful. Now I'm going to be showing you again from the same store of Light Unicorn Designs. The majority of the designs that they sell in the store are in that watercolor theme. So the first one of this one would be the sheep, and it's this one that you see over here. So for this one of the sheep, you can see that the sheep is kind of like in a portrait. It's very elegant. It's a very nice design to have. You can see that you're going to have a lot of silver and gray colors for this one, although you will have those touches of pinks, for example where the nose is and where the ear, but it's a very nice project. That would be the mother and baby elephant. This one again has a similar color scheme, although it does have a little bit more touches of like this mustard color, but it represents a motherhood or parenthood very well. You can see that it's the mom and the baby, and it's just so cute and tender, this design. And then lastly would be the deer. So this is a deer in, once again, kind of like a watercolor theme, and it has those purple flowers surrounding the deer, and it's very cute, it's very elegant. So we're glad that we have these designs here with us at home, because if we ever want a PDF, we already know that we have these on our shop history of the ones that we purchased. Alright, so from the same store we actually purchased 4 more designs. I'll start with this one, which is the lion. You're going to be seeing it here on the screen, and I can tell you that this design specifically of this watercolor lion and cross stitch, it looks very well, and I think that it will have a very good quality as far as the project, how it will look itself. And this is actually one of the lions that I most liked in all the designs that I've seen of cross stitched. It will be this one. At least in portrait mode, it would be this one. Okay, so next we have the cat, and this cat is, you can see that she's with her eyes wide open, and she has like the floral crown surrounding her face. It's very beautiful. It does give it an extra touch of color with those pink flowers. Okay, then this one is a chihuahua, and once again you can really tell the watercolor here. It has like those specks of watercolor surrounding the design, and this one is very fashionista, very sassy. You can see it has those heart-shaped glasses, and it has the bow. It's a very cute and sassy design. Then is the 2 bunnies, and this one is I see it as motherhood, but you can see it as big sister, little sister, mother, grandma, however you like. I think it looks very beautiful, and I think that it's a very nice design. It's very cute. It gives you those warm and cuddly vibes. And then lastly would be for this store, the mother and baby whale. I love it. I think it, for me, once again, it represents motherhood. You can see that the main colors here are those green and pink colors, and it has those touches of the same pinks, but it would be the flowers. Super cute designs. Once again, if you'd like to have a little design for, let's say, like rotating your projects, you'll be finishing, let's say, 1 tiny design a month while you're stitching your main projects, like full coverage, or however you decide to organize what would be the projects that you're stitching on for the year. Okay, so next from Pattern Stitch Shop, we bought 2 initials. So these are PDFs, and they're basically 2 initials. We got V and we got M. So we got M for my grandma, which her name is Maritza, and we got V for my grandfather, which would be Virgilio. And we want to make these 2 initials for my grandmother, so that when she comes and lives with us, she'll have these as a present, as a gift. We thought that it would make a very good gift for her, so hopefully we can start those whenever we get a chance. Okay, so next from Stitch Me Studio Design, we got otters, or otters. These are Mother's Love. This design of the otters is one that we've liked for a very long time. We bought these on May 9th of 2021, but we saw it before that time that we purchased it. We saw it and we loved it. So when we saw it on Etsy, we decided it was a good time to get it. And you can see it represents that motherhood very well. It has those blue tones of the water, the fishes around, the seagrass, and the mom and the daughter and the baby otter together. They're swimming all relaxed. It's floating in the water. It's a very beautiful and sweet design. Okay, so next we got from the store Burge Stitch this design of the mouse with the lantern, and this one is one that my mom actually started, and she's stitched very much of this one. She has it all here on this little bag, and I'll be showing you very quickly how much she's stitched. This is how much she's done of the mouse with the lantern. It does have the back stitch. The mouse itself does have the back stitch, and well, if you compare it to the design, you can see that it's almost done. So she is more than halfway through. And the fabric, as you can see, this green color, we actually dyed it here at home. So we think that it turned out to be a very good color, and it goes very well with the design itself. So yeah, that's how much she has of the mouse with the lantern. And hopefully she can finish this one this year, because it's turning out beautiful, and we'd love to have this one added to the collection of our complete projects. So next is Merida, which you'll be seeing the picture of Merida here on the screen, but I'm going to show you very quickly because I did start her, and I think I did get a big chunk of her done. So you can see that these are the floss organizers. This is where I've been storing the flosses, and my mom actually came up with a very good idea, and it was to put the sticker here on the middle of the design itself. And as you can see, it looks very good, especially for when you're stitching. You can see the design there, and it's a cute addition to have with the project. So I have some bobbins here that I might have to stock up on them on the floss organizers. Once some of them, they do need a little bit more strands, so I'll just stock a little bit of the ones that I have in the bobbins. So as you can see, I did start it in a 14 count Aida in a rustic color, and this is how she's going. At the beginning, when I first started stitching the hair, which is where I started, it wasn't an orange color, that it was very neon, and we thought that it didn't go well with the design. We thought that something was off about the color, but as you can see, once I kept on stitching, I finally was able to finish the hair, and you can tell that it gets a little bit darker once you reach the bottom, and it goes very well. So that happens. Sometimes you don't think the color that you're stitching with is the right one or the correct one, but it honestly is very well. We love how it's coming out, and this is one of the projects that I want to continue this year and be able to finish it. It's not a big project, it's actually very tiny, and I think that once I'm done with some of the ones that I'm stitching, which you're going to be seeing on my next whip parade or in my next whip updates, that I have finished at least one project, and I do want to pick up one of these. I'm very excited about this one because I know that I can finish it this year, and this year I want to focus on finishing projects. Okay, so next is a magazine of it's like an alphabet of different letters, but you have different designs for each letters. You'll be seeing some pictures of it here on the screen, but these are very good to have in your collection. For example, if you want to make a personalized gift of cross stitch for someone, you can stitch their name with whichever font of letter that you like the most, and that would make for a very good gift. So you just choose the letters that make up the name. It's a very good addition to have in your collection. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the tea and the coffee. So for the tea and the coffee, we both started it, and we both want to start stitching it again. We're actually going to start stitching it this week. So for these, they are PDF, and what happened was that at the beginning when we started these, we actually went to Staples and we printed out the pattern, the PDF pattern for each. The Staples that we had here nearby where we live, they actually closed it, which is a shame because the quality of paper that they had there was very well, but sadly we don't have it here anymore. What we're going to be doing with this project, now that we're going to start stitching it again, is that we're going to stitch it digitally. Since it is a PDF, we're just going to transfer this PDF to the Pattern Keeper app, and there is where we're going to be stitching. But once again, we do have the physical copy if it's something that we'd like to do. So this one is the tea. You can see this is the one that my mom was stitching. So this, oh no, this is the one that I'm stitching. She's stitching the coffee one. Yeah. So I have the coffee one here with me. I'm going to show you this one, which is the tea first, since it's the one that I have on hand. But you can see that it has the cherries and the oranges next to the mug. And then inside you can see that there's like the tea bag. And then on the top you can see that it's a house. And it has clouds, it has the chimney. It's a very beautiful design with lots of detail. Now for this one, like I said, I did start it. These are the organizers. You can see that there's a lot of touches of reds and oranges due to the design itself. So this is how I have it, or how I started it. This is how much I've been doing, or this is how much I've been able to do when I started it. I think the last year, beginning of last year, I don't remember quite well. So this is what I had done back then. So I'll be continuing from here. And what happened with this one, oh, this fabric, we bought it on Hobby Lobby. So it did come like this. It's like in a blue color, a light blue color, and you can see that it has like that watercolor. It changes colors, it's very cute. So this one, I was supposed to start going up like so, but I actually started it like this. So what happens is that I'm not gonna have that much space to be able to frame the project once I'm done. So we'll see what happens. I might just frog everything that I did, or not, just continue. I think that it will have space, but not as much as I would have had if I would have started it the right way. So I don't know what happened. I got confused. I didn't pay attention, and that's what happened. But this is one that we will be continuing, like right now. We want to continue them both at the same time. So now I'm going to be showing you the coffee. So this is where she has the coffee one stored. So for this one, you can see that hers is the coffee, and the floss organizer, you can already tell that she has more blues, more caramel colors, more brownish chocolates, since she does have more of those colors on her design. So this would be her design, the one that she's working on. It's called Cozy Coffee. You can see that it has the cinnamon sticks here on the corner. It has the marshmallows. The mug says coffee. More cinnamon stick over here, and then the house with the smoke and the chimney. It's so beautiful. Then as the name states, it's very cozy. It's a very cozy project. So like I mentioned before, in Staples we printed it for both. So this would be her pattern, and it's a very good quality paper, so it's a shame that we don't have the Staples near us anymore. But once again, since everything is digital now, the majority of the things that we're stitching are in a digital format. If you'd like for us to make any videos explaining different apps that cross stitchers use for their projects, let us know. We'd love to make a video that will help you learn more about those apps. That way, if you're interested, you can know a little bit more on how to cross stitch, you know, like highlighting or how many crosses you've done digitally. It helps a ton, and you advance a little bit more. So as you can see, she did start it the right way. For the fabric, it's the same fabric that we bought on Hobby Lobby. It's the same design, the same color, that blue kind of watercolor. It's a very beautiful fabric. Oops. So this is how much she was able to stitch, and as you can see, she started on the right bottom corner, and she did do the back stitch of the cinnamon sticks, and you can see that it's just turning out super beautiful. The colors and everything, it's absolutely gorgeous. So we will be stitching these together, and I believe we'll start as soon as we can so that we can finish these two projects. Now you're going to be seeing here on the screen another design. This one we've actually never started, but we do have it already bought. And this is another Winnie the Pooh design. This one is basically like a family portrait of the main characters of the story. So you can see this one does have more colors, more vibrant colors than the design that I showed you before. And we love both. Winnie the Pooh is a very nostalgic story, movie for us. Like I mentioned before, it's something that I grew up with, and it just gives a lot of nostalgia every time that we think about this specific cartoon. And I love the design. It's like they're all cuddled up for this family portrait, and it's super beautiful. Once again, you're going to be seeing all the measurements of everything here on the screen. So next is 2 magazines or PDF books, like digital ebooks of Paula Vaughan. And Paula Vaughan is a designer that my mom really likes her designs. They're very vintage, and they're designs that you don't see quite often today. So we're very glad that we were able to get these 2 ebooks. So the one with the blue title is from 1998. It has 25 cross-stitch patterns, and it has 130 pages. It's again focused on vintage designs. You'll be seeing pictures here on the screen of this ebook. And then the next one would be the one with the pink title, and this one is from 1994. It has 128 pages, and once again, it's another collection of her vintage designs, which we love. We love those type of cross-stitch designs since they're not what you typically see nowadays. Okay, so next is a design from Lola Loda Shop, and this one is the one that I mentioned before that my mom finished, of the 2 hippos, the ballerina hippos. They are so gorgeous, so cute, and they're ballerina tutu outfits, and she really loved stitching this design. She did the musical notes in a gold, I think it was the DMC diamond gold floss, and it turned out beautiful. So this is definitely one of the favorite designs that my mom has stitched. So next we have Cross Stitch Kits Ala. This is another Etsy store, and this one is a horse themed project design. I'm really into horses at the moment. They're turning into my favorite animal. You'll be seeing the sizes and the measurements here on the screen. So these are basically horses just running through the maybe it's like the ocean or a river. You can see the splash of water at the bottom, and you can see behind them there's the blue sky and the green landscape. It's beautiful. I love this design, and this is one that I might start this year. We'll see, but most likely. Okay, so now from Green Terrace, this is another Etsy store, and we purchased from this one on September 15th, 2021. So it's basically like a mouse design, and you can see that it's 2 little mice, and they're basically like enjoying wine with cheese and some grapes. It's so cute and adorable. So if you love these type of designs, this is definitely one for you. You can see that there's the little Minnie Mouse at the bottom with a pink bow, and she's like cracking up some nuts. Then you can see that there's the block of the triangle cheese, and then the mouse is on top eating the cheese. Next to him is the wine, and then next to the cheese are the grapes. It's so adorable. You'll be seeing the measurements here on the screen. So next is the goose design. This one, they actually have a collection of these designs of the goose. If I find more of these designs, I'll be putting them here on the screen so that you can see them. But now that the holidays have passed, we were looking at some of the designs from these of the goose collection, and we saw a lot of Christmassy designs. It's basically the 2 gooses, and they're in every picture and every design. It's so beautiful. So we might do one of these for this year, but this is the one that we bought on Etsy. And you can see that they're basically in that ranch style theme. They have like a bucket full of strawberries, and then you can see that the goose is like singing, and the other one is there with the hat. It's super adorable. Okay, so next is another one similar to the first one that I showed you now, which was of the mouses with the wine and the cheese. This one is actually of another mouse but they're inside this house, which is made up of a pumpkin or a squash. The way that they have of designing these type of designs just amazes us very much, because they put in so much thought to each of these designs that it makes you want to stitch every one of the collection if you have the time. So just the fact that the house is made up of a squash, it's already worth stitching and worth having in your collection. You can see that it even has a chimney. It's super adorable. And then you can see the mouse at the bottom. I don't know if those are floral petals or some type of nuts, but it's a very cute design. Next we have a book, which is basically like a fantasy book. So if you're into fairy tales, into those classic stories, then you're going to love this one, because it's one of my favorites. I love fantasy. You can see that it's basically like an opened book. And then in this open book, you have a river flow, and you have the mountains on top. And then on top of the mountains is the castle. And it has a lot of detail, and I think I might want to stitch this one this year too. We'll see if we have the time, but it is one of my favorites of the ones that we bought. Next we have I Paint with Needle, and from this one we bought this one of the horses, and I'm going to show you very quickly because my mom was able to give it a few stitches just to see how well the design stitched. So this is the floss organizer for this specific design. As you can see, it does have a lot of colors, a lot of different pops of colors, this design. So this one I believe is in a 16 count Aida or in an 18 count Aida, I'm not sure, but if I'll ask her and I'll let you know here on the screen. But these are very tiny crosses. So as you can see here, this is how much she's stitched, and she did start in the center of the design. You can see that it does have that pop of color. It does have those different colors that make the design look very good. I think that she is going to continue this one. I have to ask, but I think that she really liked it and that she will continue it. But once again, she only started it to see how well the design itself stitched. But you can see that it's basically two horses, and they're in this river, and it has a beautiful landscape surrounding the design of the horses themselves. It's very beautiful. Okay, so now we've reached what would be the calendars. So for the calendars, we have the cat calendar and we have the goose one, the rooster one. In my case, for the cats ones, I wasn't able to finish it last year, but I do want to finish it this year and have that calendar as the calendar that I finished for this year, 2023. And then in my mom's case, she did start it last year also. She does have it more advanced than I do. She's only missing 2 months of this calendar year. So as you can see, it will only be these 2 months and she'll be done. But she does have it a lot more advanced than I do. So this fabric, we actually dyed it here at home, and we love the caramel color that it turned out. It has like that watercolor style. It looks very beautiful. But this would be the rooster ones. The rooster calendar, it's beautiful. And hopefully she'll finish it for this year. And hopefully I'll finish the cat one too for this year. I do want to finish that one also. Okay, so next we have two, what would be parrots. These two projects are very tiny. They're like the size of my fist. They're very tiny. And we stitched these two with another cross stitcher. That's like something that we wanted to do together. So I stitched the green one and my mom stitched the yellow one, and I believe the other cross stitcher stitched the yellow one. And we loved it. It was a very tiny design. We did it very quickly and it was a very good experience to have. Okay, so now would be the witches, and my mom did finish hers. Hers was the Pumpkin Night Witch. She did finish it and it turned out beautiful. You'll be seeing some pictures here on the screen of that one. It does have more autumnal, more fall orange colors than mine does. Mine would be the Spitting Witch, and I'll be showing you very quickly how that one looks. So it would be this one over here. And for this one, we also dyed the fabric here at home. So you can see it's basically this orange color. And it's basically, we did it with cotton balls, and that's why it gave it that that kind of print. But we loved how it turned out. So this is how the witch is going. Hopefully I'll be finishing this one before the fall of this year. I think I will. I mean, maybe even next month or the month after I'll finish this one, because I did start it, as you can see, and it is advanced, so I'll just have to continue where I left off and I'll be finished with this one. As you can see, it's also a PDF, but we did print this one also in a physical copy. So I do have this one in a physical copy on paper, but if I want to do it digitally, if I want to stitch it on the pattern keeper, I can do that also. Next, from Maya Stitch, we got two designs. It's basically like a couple, so it's basically like a set, and there are these two little mouse in like a Victorian style themed. So for the first mouse, it's going to be the boy mouse, and you can see that he has like this, he's wearing like these purple pants, very fancy, and we love it. And then for the second one, we got what would be the girl mouse, or I think they're rabbits. Yeah, they're rabbits, they're not mouse. So you can see that the girl rabbit is in this Victorian style dress, and it's like in a pink color. It has like those black dots. She has a green like a cardigan with the dress, and she has like the hat. It's a beautiful design. So whenever we decide to stitch this one, we'll see which one each of us stitch, but we will be stitching these together. And we actually got these designs for my mom's birthday. She really loved these designs. So when her birthday hit, we decided it was a very good time to get her these two designs. Okay, so next will be the ornaments. If I find them, I'll be putting pictures here on the screen of how we left them off. If you recall, we were stitching these. So I was stitching the snowman and my mom was stitching the Santa Claus. We were actually about to finish these. We were already putting beads. Instead of the French knots, we were already placing the beads to kind of replace what would be the snow of the design. And we loved how it was turning out. So although we weren't able to put these as ornaments for the Christmas of 2022, we will hopefully be able to finish these and put them on the Christmas tree for this year. So it's a good thing that we almost have it finished. We'll just have to frame them very beautiful to be able to put them on the tree. But this PDF itself does bring a total of 6 designs. We did 2. If we like, we can do more for this year or just stay with these 2. Lastly, I have 2 more PDFs that are actually a full coverage, kind of like a Heaven and Earth designs. But I'm not going to be showing you guys that PDF yet, because we do want to save those for a future video, since we'll be showing you those 2 new projects, which are going to be main projects for this year. So we're saving that for a future video that we will be uploading very soon. Stay tuned if you don't want to miss what those 2 projects are. So again, if you liked these type of videos of us showing you the PDF designs that we have here at home, let us know and we can definitely make a part 2. We love sharing with you all what would be anything of cross stitch, PDFs, magazines that we have here, physical magazines, any cross stitch projects, all the kits that we have of a specific brand. Just let us know and we'd be more than glad to share more cross stitch content. But as you can see, these 2 projects are from a PDF, but they're not from Etsy. They're from other stores that we bought PDFs. So we do have plenty of more PDFs to share with you all. If you want to see a video of a part 2 or a part 3 of us showing you more PDF designs, let us know and we'd be glad to do so. Thank you all for your support, for seeing our little cross stitch videos of Flosstube. It's an honor that you see our videos. We're beyond grateful. And if you think that we can better the channel, just give us any of your opinions, any tips, any content that you'd like to see. If you have any questions for us, then feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And that would be all for today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!